All right, let's get this show started.
Dominick Cruz may not have landed his first choice for comeback opponent, but he sounds satisfied nonetheless. Next month, the former two-time bantamweight champion will return to action, facing Rob Font in the co-main event of UFC Seattle on February 22nd. In a recent interview on the Good Guy Bad Guy show, Cruz shared that he had wanted to face Henry Cejudo as his final fight, but believes that Triple C wouldn't have accepted the rematch. So instead, UFC matchmaker Sean Shelby arranged for them to be on the same card, with Cejudo set to face Song Yadong in the main event. Cruz and Cejudo had previously clashed at UFC 249 back in 2020, and Henry beat Dominick via second-round knockout. Despite the clear victory, their differences were never quite settled, with both fighters continuing to exchange words on social media and in interviews. Hear it from Cruz.
Well, they're not giving me. Henry won't take that fight. He just won't. So they just put him on the same card with me, and which is funny to me. Shelby did that. Like, I didn't know that they were going to put us on the same card, but Shelby knows what he's doing. And I don't know why Henry wouldn't rematch me. I really don't.
Yeah, I was wondering that. Why do you think he won't take the fight?
I mean, the only thing I could think of is I kind of probably, with my words, really embarrassed him a lot, and he probably doesn't want to go through that again. Is the only thing I could think of. But I mean, we're gonna fight at the end of it, so I figure he might like that. Like, at the end of the day, whatever I say, whatever he says, it's water off a duck's back for me. Like, nobody has the power to offend me but myself. So there's nothing that little man could say to me to make me not feel one way or another. So I think that's the only reason he didn't want to take it, was just the talking, the banter, because what else would there be? I'm one of the most well-known guys in the division. We have history. There's a story there. We both come from Arizona. Like, there's a lot there. So the only thing I could think of is he just didn't want to deal with the talking, the banter, I guess.
By now, Merab DVALISVHILI and Umar NURMAGOMEDOV are more than eager to crash horns, with the two finally facing off next Saturday in the co-main event of UFC 311. Speaking with Michael Bisping on the BYM podcast, the UFC bantamweight champion said he's not planning on just wrestling Umar, instead vowing to break him in the stand-up game.
I'm gonna break the guy. It's gonna be a great fight. Umar is a good fighter, but usually when I fight against good fighter and against tough fighter, I always show up, and as long as I'm healthy, I'm good and I'll be fine. It's gonna be a great fight. I'm not accepting any easy fights from Umar. As a fighter, I always respect him, and I always know that he's a good fighter. And I'm excited to fight a good fighter like Umar. He's undefeated, and I'm gonna change his record. I mean, I'm ready for striking. I'm really training for I'm not gonna looking for take him down, control, like lay on top like O'Malley. I'm going to punch his face, kick his legs, and keep in the feet, and I'm gonna show good fight.
Who do you have winning this fight, Merab or Umar? Let us know your breakdown in the comments below. Islam Makhachev is on the brink of becoming the most decorated lightweight champion in history if he's able to make his fourth title defense at UFC 311. Despite this, aka coach Javier Mendez believes that Khabib's legacy will still overshadow both Islam and Umar. Speaking with MMA Today, Mendez, who's trained all three fighters, said that Khabib's achievements, particularly in terms of popularity, because of his feud with Conor McGregor, will outshine the legacies of his two mentees.
When all is said and done, and all three fighters, like they're retired and their careers are over, who do you think will have the best legacy? Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam Makhachev, or Umar Nurmagomedov?
If you're mentioning those three, I mean, I'm sorry, but Khabib's so ahead of everybody because of what Conor. You have to have a nemesis, to bring you there, and these guys don't have one. Khabib had Conor, so that was a big one, and Khabib is very charismatic. He's super, genius. He's a genius in what he says. Change your faith, send me location. Bullshit guy number one. I mean, you name it. He has so many things out there. Like in a similar way, but not the same. But like Muhammad Ali was known forever because of some of the great things he did. Well, Khabib is the same. He's doing not the same like Ali, but he's doing great things for people, and people always recognize that as a great achievement and of a great man, and that's what Khabib's doing. He's doing great things that great men do.
Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo have responded to Islam Makhachev trolling that they need his permission to call themselves the Pound for Pound podcast. Here's how Kamaru and Triple C danced with Islam's playful jab.
Here, Kush, we got some trolls, and the guy that's trolling, he's been trolling us for a very, very long time, talking about Islam Makhachev. Ooh. I want you to check out what he did on the mighty pound. Yeah, he doesn't like pound for pound.
What?
Let's hit the play button.
What we're talking about, the Henry Cejudo and KAMARU, Usman, they call the podcast Pound for Pound. We not agree with this.
Yes.
You don't have guys permissions. You have to close or call us. We give you permissions.
Yes, call us. Islam, why you do me like that? You my dog. Come on. Yeah. Hey, listen, it is what it is. Islam is the pound for pound king right now, so of course, he makes certain decisions when it goes to that. So, hey, well, we had him on the show and we talked to him and he said we was good, right, Henry?
He does, but he's good. He's greedy, bro. He wants all the pound for pound for him, as you should.
As the LA Inferno continues to rage, MMA fans are questioning whether UFC 311 will still go down at the Intuit Dome in Inglewood next weekend. The Rod Wave concert and the Trinity Mission League showcase were also set to take place at the Intuit Dome this week, but had to be canceled by officials. UFC 311 was set to attract 18,000 people into the area. Stay safe out there. We'll keep you updated on this topic. After his successful heavyweight title defense against Stipe Miocic at UFC 309, Jon Jones has teased that he may be open to fighting Tom Aspinall if the price is right. Speaking on the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe said he'd heard Jones was asking the UFC for $30 million to armor up once more. Rogan later said Dana White had called him, clarifying that that's not Jones's asking price. Now, MMA reporter Ruben Carter has reported that a verbal agreement is in place for the fight between Jones and Aspinall to take place at UFC 316 in June. According to Ruben, Justin Gaethje vs. Dan Hooker is also officially signed to take place at UFC 313 this March. Keep in mind, Warriors, that although this is making a lot of noise, it's not been officially confirmed by the UFC nor either fighters' camps. So please take this with a grain of salt. We're here bringing you what's being heard on the front lines. The fog of martial arts is thick. Not everything ends up being true. If these fights do go down, who do you have coming out with their hands raised? Tom or John? Gaethje or Hooker? As always, let's hear your breakdown in the comments below. It's time for today's top memes. Third place was posted by Subject Tiger 816. Second place was posted by Working Box 8573. And the top pick was posted by Diabolical Thoughts 27. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.